Hello, welcome to SCL1 TNO Knitting Project podcast. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family and my animals. Today is Monday, Monday the 8th of April 2024, and I believe this is episode 149. This is not my normal podcast, but it possibly will be from now on going forward. So number one, I'm recording on my phone, which is really weird for me because I don't record on my phone. I record on my camera, but this, I have literally got to the stage where if I do not pick up something and start recording, I am not going to have a podcast again this week. And I'm quite fed up with that being the case. Each time I pick up my camera to record, something major happens and I don't get it done. So we're going for it. I'm sitting here, literally, I was watching television. I'm cooking my dinner, so I'm going to have to pause this to go and check the dinner in half an hour. And I'm just knitting on a sock. And I was just like, oh, do you know what? Let's just start. Let's just go for it. I'm doing a Kelly, my lovely friend Kelly from Lay Family Yarn. What you see is what you get. Please, I apologise for so's, hesitations, pauses. If I edit them all out, it takes way too long. So hopefully you're going to enjoy me as I am and I can get content out, because at the moment I've had a couple of comments whereby people are fed up with things like and kind of vloggy features and things. And I think they've all kind of built up in my head and led to a roadblock of me recording. But I really do like recording and I like chatting to you guys. So I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I've just picked the camera up. You know, I'm not worrying about what's in the background, although I am just having a quick check in the camera. And I'm just going to go for it. So my current whip, anyway, that I'm working on, I'm going to slow down my speech because I'm talking way too fast. I am conscious of that. Bear with me. I'm drinking water. This is not gin, it is water. I thought maybe a gin would make this a bit easier. So current whip, I am knitting on my Yarn Badger 2023 Advent socks. So this is the third pair of Advent socks I've knit, which was insane. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to hopefully get one skein of Advent yarn this year. I really like the Cozy Knitter yarn, but also I really like Spin and Blether because that was the first one I ever got. So I think I might stick with her. If I miss her for any reason, I'll go with Cozy Knitter. So anyway, this is the first sock. So this is the full Advent, which I love. It's so pretty. It's a really nice, I don't know, they're just really lovely colours. Really, really enjoyed these ones. And I've got a full repeat in this by doing the toe and the cuff and the heel. So that's as much as I've got left on that one. I am literally, I think I've just gone into the brown. So yeah, I'm on the brown, which is where my little panda is. I don't know who did the panda. I love the panda. It's not a panda, it's a sheep. I don't know who did the sheep. I love the sheep. And yeah, that is where I've started my toe decreases. So that's the final colour before I start my toe decreases. So if I'm really lucky, this will be finished tonight. It's hanging out in a lovely little sock bag from Woolly Goodness. This is my little unicorn bag. So it's hanging out in there, and I've just sat it on my desk to get it done. And I think you've seen, I've shown you my knitting bullet journal that I've created, which is inspired by a lovely girl I saw on the retreat when I was on the Lay Family Yarn retreat in November, and how kind of it was based on how she's done hers. But on the front of this, I've got, just to give you an idea, the highlighted ones of OFOs. I have finished the ones that are highlighted. So I thought I'd just work my way down the gap. So these are my Yarn Badger Advent socks. And then I've got my friendship blanket, which actually isn't really going to be an FO because I don't think I've got enough minis from the swap I did with Jenny for a whole blanket. But it'll be an FO for that set of yarn, and I'll put it away. And I think what I might do is then write a new entry for it when it's come. I do it again. Then it's a Dust of Snow wrap, and then it's my Sweet Shop blanket. Now my Sweet Shop blanket is in a timeout because I went very wrong with it, and then I immediately picked it up because I had to pull out 2 squares or 3 squares. I immediately picked it up thinking, if I don't do this straight away, I'm not going to get back to it. And then I messed up again, and I was just like, I'm obviously not meant to be doing this right now. So hopefully I'll get back into that. I've got enough yarn to get that finished, although that would be quite a long project. We'll see. And then over on this one, my next one is my Cozy Knitter 2018 Advent Socks. So for the moment, once I've finished these ones, I'm going to find these. I have seen them recently, so they are around. And I'm going to have them as my vanilla knitting on the go. My next one then is my Battenberg blanket, which I'm going to make as a small blanket. I'm not going to do like a full size one. I'm going to do like a pram blanket with that. I've got a friend that's due a baby like today. And if I can get that done, I will give that to her. Then I've got my Squiddle Village Granny Squares. Number 1, I don't know where that is. And number 2, that is a long-term project, so I don't know what I'll do about that one. Signage sweater you've never seen on the podcast. That predates the podcast. Tater Tate socks, I have no idea what they are. Bits and Bob's blanket. I think, again, that's quite nearly finished, so I don't think I've got an awful lot more on that to do. Badger socks, again, are another vanilla sock that when I get the Cozy Knitter socks done, I'll grab out as my on the go. Bowline sweater. Do you remember the bowline sweater that I was knitting for Johnny? Well, obviously it doesn't fit Johnny. It now doesn't fit Ira, so that I might have to do for the new little one too. The shift cowl, that's done in my hand spun, and I'm going to have to see what I can do with that because I have no clue in the pattern where I am, and it's a very definite pattern, so I might have to look and see. I don't want to frog it, but I might have to. Buttercup shorties are another vanilla sock that can go in, and then it's my Debbie Abrahams Mystery Blanket 2017. I have a feeling it might be a long time before I get round to that one. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fill in the gaps in my bullet journal. That doesn't stop me casting on, because I cast on some Easter shorties in the Lay Family Yarn Easter basket. That's it. The Lay Family Yarn Easter basket set that Kelly did for Easter this year. Right, so I'm going to show you what I've got in my podcasting basket. So, number 1, hanging out in a lovely So Re Me bag is a Litmus cowl by Jude Harper. And this, the main colour, the yellow, is Elderflower Stitches, and the rest of this are just minis that I have used in other projects and finished. And I have decided I want to use up every little bit of yarn. Now, I am winding off like 10 grams. If I've got quite a lot left, I'll wind off 10 grams, and then I'm just kind of putting the rest of this in here. That said, some things like these two, which are a homespun house, I love the yarn so much, I'm using every last bit of it. And to do that, in here, I have a pair of shorties on the go, which are going to be scrappy shorties. So it has got the blue, so I only had a very tiny bit of the blue left, but I did use the tiny bit of the blue. And then I had a lot of the pink left for some reason. And then this is I'm fairly certain that's an Iron Bridge collection mini from Kelly, Lay Family Yarn. And then there's some others in the middle, which were a Magic Knot Ball that was in here. So I'm just going to make some random shorties. These are definitely not going to match because I'm not doing them concurrently. So they're just going to be a little pair of random shorty socks done with the tiny leftovers that I've got from this. So there's that. Oh, hold on a second. That's the main skein. As I said, that's an Elderflower Stitches. Come on. Don't focus on me. Focus on the yarn. There we go. That's an Elderflower Stitches. I'm not sure I've got enough of this, but I'm sure I've got enough Elderflower Stitches to find something that will work. I just might have a half and half cowl. So that's that one. And I've got a load of minis and things in there to use up. Let's put that one away. Then I've got, what's up next? Then I've got some FOs. Some of the first ones, these are my spring blossom socks that you saw last time on the podcast as a whip. I love these. Not sure who the dyer is, but I suspect it's a hedgerow. They certainly look hedgerow. They are so pretty. They're a very old whip though, because I found these and kind of got on with them. I did make a mistake though, because they've got, when I started the second sock, I did a twisted rib, because that's what I tend to do now, is a 2x2 twisted rib. That clearly is not twisted. So that's how long ago it was. I was still doing just a normal 2x2 rib, which I don't do anymore. But yeah, I love them. They're so pretty and I want to wear them, hence why I needed to podcast. And also I have finished my Hercule Durkle friendship socks. So this is the yarn that Gaynor dyed with Kelly of Low Family Yarn. Well, dyed with Nick, but Kelly is Low Family Yarn as well. And yeah, the pattern is called the Friendship Link Socks, which is a pattern by Laura of the Lonely Knitter podcast. And it just seemed like such a appropriate pattern. The Friendship Link Socks were born out of the links that we all make through the yarn community, which I just think is a brilliant concept anyway. And when two of my kind of close friends, Kelly and Gaynor, got together and came up with this idea and this beautiful yarn, it seemed like the best thing to do would be to make use that pattern to use this yarn. So these are the Friendship Link socks in Hercule Durkle yarn. And then I finally got round to finishing these, which has got to be the brightest thing that's ever come out of Low Family Yarn. I was lucky enough to go to the retreat in November, and this is the yarn I dyed. And I have to say, I love it. I really do love it. And I'm really glad that they are showing up on screen as bright as they are in real life. There are two, I hasten to add. I have finished both of them. I've done a 1x1 twisted rib on that. Just did a normal heel flap and gusset. And just a wedge tote. And oh, I love these so much. Apparently I'm moving on to my neon phase at the moment. And yeah, I'm so proud of this yarn. I really am. You'll never get anything. Well, never say never, because that's not fair. But I don't think there's been anything quite like this out of Low Family Yarn. I think Kelly was quite surprised when I dyed it. Next year I fancy doing the same thing again, but with a yellow and purple as opposed to the orange and pink. I think that could be quite fun. Yeah, so look out for the neons. But I'm really glad I can wear those now. Goodness only knows what I'll wear them with. I mean, I look like I normally wear neons, don't I? This cardigan is not one I have knitted. It is a Sainsbury's special. What have we got in here? So, we'll get to that in a little while. This is a bag that my lovely friend Belinda made for me, which if you don't follow her, go and check out the Bell and Stitch podcast. She is lovely, and if you like me, you'll love her. Yeah, and she was very kindly made me this bag. And in here, I have my Easter shorty socks that I was telling you about that I cast on. So this was an Easter set by Kelly of Low Family Yarn. And I've started some jelly roll scrappy socks. So I've got the two jellies at the top, and I've just done a heel and turned the heel. So that's as far as I've got with them. I haven't got very far. The jelly roll pattern is a pattern by Mara Catherine Briner, who is, I believe, Orange Knits, and the pattern is available again. I know for a while it wasn't, but I checked on Ravelry. I haven't found it anywhere else, but I checked on Ravelry a few days ago, and it is available at the moment, so it is around. But yeah, this is the jelly roll, so it's done with 2 rolls at the top. I love how these are to wear. They're so comfortable to wear, which is why I always make so many jelly rolls. And then I've got a heel flap, and I haven't done the heel as it is on the pattern just because I was being very lazy. I'll be honest, this is quicker. So that's that. It's in a needle cozy from So Sweet Violet, which again, neons. Who am I? When did that happen? So on the second one, I am now turning, doing the gusset decreases. So I've done the 2 jelly rolls, I've done the heel turn, and now I'm doing gusset decreases. And I've got a little bunny on that side and a little chicken on that side, and that was from an Easter box from Woolly Goodness, which was lovely, like the Mother's Day box. This was the Easter box, and if I manage to get it sorted during editing, there should be a little montage of photos of me opening that. I love that. So they're my Easter scrappies, which I just pick up as and when I feel like it, really. What's next? This is my friendship blanket, which is still hanging out in a Christmas crochet bag. I need to find it a new bag. And this is a crochet granny square. It's just a giant granny square, basically. Which I'm doing on a 3mm needle hook. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. It's come out really well. So that's the start. And as I said, when I've finished putting the minis in, this is the one I'm doing at the moment, I'll call that an FO for now, and then I'll pick it up again when I've done a swap with someone else and I can put their minis in there. But oh, it's so pretty. The thing is with this is Woolly Goodness's base, I think, and it's very soft. It's quite different to other bases, so I may just find, I've got some of Jenny's scrappy boxes, so I might just use those to finish it off and then actually keep going until it's as big as I want it. I want quite a big one with that one. So that's what I'm doing with that. So, oh, bear with me one moment. Sorry about that. Right, so next up is kind of incoming. And I've got, I was gifted this by my lovely friend Belinda with my bag, which is a Lonely Knitter colourway. And it's called This Is Me. It's a DK. It's really beautiful. I just love these colours so much. So don't know what I'm going to make with that yet, so that's going to go in my stash, but I love it. I know in the winter that'll be one of those things that I grab straight away. And then, crinkle alert, I'm sorry. Let's just get these out. Because I have to run slightly true to form. Otherwise it wouldn't be me, would it? So I saw these on Vicky's website, who's West Green Yarns. There we go. And this is Persuasion. It's just so beautiful. I love that bit there. So nice. And yeah, I just thought it'd be lovely for a pair of just delicately patterned summer socks. And then this is I Want to Go to Brighton, which I've wanted this colourway for so long, and every time I go to try and get it, it's been out of stock. So I am so pleased to finally have it. And again, these are going to be some summer socks, and I'm going to cast this one on quite quickly because I really like this one. So this is going to be a fairly imminent cast on, I think. I probably should get some bits done first, but that's West Green Loft Yarns. And then I've got some bits from my friend Kelly. Kelly's had a sort of spring update, I guess, and she did another collaboration with a friend, this time with Sandra from the Cherry Heart podcast, and they came up with this colourway, which is Sun-Kissed Succulents, and it's beautiful. It's beautifully, delicately speckled. This is just my kind of yarn. I love the colour. I love the speckles. So pretty. So yeah, I had to grab a skein of that when that came out. And then there was also this one, which is Nodding Blooms, which if you've followed Kelly on Les Family Yarn, she's doing daily vlogs at the moment because she is raising money for Stand Up to Cancer. Please go check out her daily podcast for more information about that. And she was talking about this, which is Nodding Blooms, and it's just I have got these colours in many shapes or forms, so I think I might have to find them all and see whether I can make something out of it, like a faded EDT or something. But I love it. Right, my bleeper's going off for my dinner. I need to go check it. That's that dealt with. And then this, oh goodness, this is old school Les Family yarn for me, and I just love it. Apricot Lemonade. It's blowing out a little bit. It's not quite that bright, but it's not far short, and the yellow is definitely very bright, and I just love this. I love it so much. Look at that. Yeah, I think this will be quite a quick cast on as well, because that's beautiful. So they were the three I chose. Let's see if I can do a thumbnail with that round the right way and becoming undressed. Let's see if that actually works. And then I've got some bits from So Sweet Violet. Which I've got AP bits in here. Right, I think that's it. I think it's empty after this. So I got some EPP glue refills because I bought some kits and I'm nearly out of glue. And then I've got 3 of these kits. 1, 2, 3 in 3 different colours, because I want to make these for the caravan, and they are going to be these little hanging decorations, and I've got different colours. So I've got this one's kind of these colours. I've got escapey ribbon there. Try and just hold it up. I'm not gonna undo it all because I'll never go back in the box. So there's that one. I'm probably going to leave these down the caravan, although I might just do at least one of them here. That one. What I might actually do is cut them out. Cut out the pieces if I need to. I need to double check and see what I need to do with it first. And then this is the last one. Those ones. So there are my colours. And as I said, they're going to go down the caravan, so I can make them down the caravan. Oh, because I can show you that as well, what I made. I'll show you that in a minute. You would have seen it a little bit on the vlog last week. And then I've got a little bunny tuck puff progress keeper. Might attach that to that because I think it's going to come out. And then in here I've got some Rifle Paper Company labels, because you know I'm a sucker for stationery. In there later because that's going to take me forever. And I got a basket of yarn scraps because I don't have that many scraps yet because I haven't made anything that much. I haven't made that many things out of fabric, and it's just, oh, so lovely. I'll just do a tumble so you can kind of see them all. That's not all of it. There's a load more in here yet. So yeah, there's just all these beautiful colours. That's quite a big bit actually. Wow, look at that. That's got a whole bear on it. Wow. Ooh, I have to do something fun with that bit. I've been watching TikTok. Oh my goodness, TikTok. There I go and lose a day without any trouble. I've been watching a load of people doing these quilt as you go, but on like large squares, backing like the interfacing, and then doing like log cabins on them. And I'm just like, oh. I mean, admittedly they're using their sewing machines, which means I have to become friends with mine, which I don't think is going to happen. Maybe, I don't know if you could hand stitch it like that. Probably you could. But yeah, I thought I might have a go at one of those. And then I've got some scraps and this cute little basket, so I will hang the basket off my sewing trolley. So there's that. So yeah, I think I showed you this, but just in case, I think it's just around this corner here somewhere. I don't think it's far away from me. I'm sure you've seen these doing the rounds. Certainly if you've watched Craft House Magic, Ellie, I know she made one. So these are jewellery boxes that you can get off of Amazon. Mine is a Landisi one. You have a look on the front there. And then when you open it up, you have a travel sewing case. So I've just tied some ribbon at the top there to hang things off of. I've got some scissors, which I hadn't got before. That I made at the caravan, if you remember, which is a little scissor keeper. So the bunting across there was from Homebird Makes, a lovely maker. She's got an Etsy account, Homebird Makes, and I used that and stuck that on there. I didn't make that. I wish I could make that, but maybe I'll have a go with trying to make something similar with my scraps. And then I've got a little pin cushion. That's from Nikki Franklin. That was in an Nikki Franklin advent a couple of years ago. I've got some pins, some thread, a seam pusher, seam unpicker, needle threader, and then there's some needles under here. I've got some needles in a little glass case, and I've got some little balls of thread, reels of thread from, again, that was Nikki Franklin, some kind of little edge clips that I use for English paper piecing. I've got a needle holder and some more needles in there as well. So that's what I've got in mine. You can get quite a bit in them actually, but they're great they're designed for travelling. So I take mine with me down the caravan. And as I said, I did make this, which is from, so I guess this is another FO really, isn't it? This is from So Sweet Violet, and it's a scissor keeper. So it's a Liberty scissor keeper. It's got that on one side, and then it's got that on the other. Yeah. It is supposed to go on my scissors, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. That requires time I do not have. And I love it. I love it a lot. So yeah, that's another FO. I used, can't really see my fabric because it's kind of covered up. Let me just see if I remove that side and I can hold that lot in. That's the fabric I used at the bottom. I kind of matched it to the outside of my case. And then I used some gingham for the dividers. And I mean, I'm not very good at things like this, so I'm actually really pleased with how this came out, because like I said, this is not normally, cutting and sticking doesn't normally work for me. So yeah, the fact this did is a bit of a bonus. Okay, so I think that's it. I do feel like I've raced through this a little bit, and I probably have raced through this a little bit, if I'm honest. But at least it's done, which means I can edit it, and on Sunday at 11 o'clock, you might actually get a podcast, which will be lovely. I've only tried to do this every day for about 2 weeks now. Well, every day since my last vlog went up. This is a good feeling, and this might have to become a thing. So it might be that I have to, and I've been worried about doing it at this time of night. So it's, I don't know, 5:30 in the evening, 5:45 actually. Because in the mornings I'm just not getting a chance to do it before work, because work is really busy at the moment and I tend to start quite early. So the fact I've managed to record one afterwards, and I haven't had to worry about the outside light, because the light outside is awful because we're in the middle of about to have a big storm, so it's really dark. But the overhead lights worked really well. This setup has worked really well. I'm doing it on my phone. I know the sound won't be as good. I will have to turn the sound up, but I can do that. But the picture quality is really good. I just need to remember to look at the dot, not at myself. The picture quality is really good, and the lighting has been fantastic. So if I can just record with my phone propped up against my pen pot for the time being, so I can get some content out, I'll be really happy. So life update. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know my lovely middle daughter has managed to break her leg. So that's causing an interesting dynamic. It's my eldest daughter's 30th at the weekend, and we're planning a family party, so there's all that going on in the background. We are very close to putting the house on the market, so that's happening. It's just seems to be a never-ending stream of reasons not to podcast, which is silly because I love doing it and I love chatting to you guys, and I would really like to just be able to do this. And I think those roadblocks that are in my way, like my own roadblock of being put off from a couple of comments, my time roadblock, because in my head I have to do it in the mornings, but actually evenings worked. And the other roadblock of it has to be perfect. It doesn't, does it? It doesn't have to be perfect. This is not going to be perfect. I am not recording on my camera. I'm recording on my phone. You're just propped up against a pen pot. I keep looking at the wrong place. I apologise. It's not going to be my best work, but also it's content. It's out there. I get to chat to you. I've managed to show you some lovely things, especially this, which I adore. Honestly. Oh, I've got one more. Hold on. It just occurred to me this arrived today. So you're going to see this live as the same time as me. I'm going to have to open it. Just chat amongst yourselves for a moment whilst I open this. So I've got the Spin Spectrum Fibre. There we go. Mini club for, I'm assuming it's March, could be April. It might tell me in here when I get into it. Let's have a look. Spectrum Fibre in the Tropics. That's the. So if you've not had this, if you've not had your Spectrum Fibre minis, don't watch this bit. Go away. There won't be much after this anyway. But that's a good point. That's it outside. Oh, wow. Yeah, I like these. Look at that. Very on brand today. Pina Colada mini sock set. So these are 3 20-gram minis from their Fibre in the Tropics Club. Oh, I'm so glad. It's you can sign up and you can dip in and out as well. You can sort of cancel it and then restart it and pause it and all sorts. And I was getting socks sets, and then I decided I wanted minis. Oh, I love it. They are so cute. They're so cute. I love it. Right, you can look back now if you're, hold on, no you can't. Now you can look back. You've not opened yours yet. Yes, so anything else I can talk to you about. I'll give you a run through of my journals at some point, but I might do that as a standalone because I know not everybody's interested in it, and I've got so many journals these days that it will be quite a mission to get them all filmed, to say the least. And yeah, I'll go through those separately with you. I think that's it. There will be a little bit of something vloggy on the end of this, even if it's just the photos of the Easter box from Woolly Goodness. I hope you don't mind this content. I hope this has been okay, and that you'll bear with me until such time as I can possibly go back to doing it the old-fashioned way. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I will see you very soon. I forgot to record this when this was 2 cakes, but these were 2 cakes, and hopefully by the time I finished it'll be a little Easter cottage.